Hey Dan Juche, this is a videos for you. It's going to be about your video response to the communists on YouTube and your video response to me also. Uh, I'm here with Scott,
Hello.
and we're going to be discussing some of the points that you make about Juche and some of the points you make about communism and authoritarianism, and as you call your beliefs, authoritarian socialism. And oh, go ahead.
What, me?
Oh yeah, I thought you were going to say something.
Not really. I guess I would say is, in regards to his video, talking specifically to us, the communist community, you seem to disregard the origins of the North Korean state. Kim Il-sung was a communist. Juche as an ideology is a break-off of, well, some would argue is a break-off of Marxism-Leninism, just fitted to the Korean ideal and the Korean people specifically. North Korea's ultimate goal is to reach communism, always has been, it always will. However, I think it was in the 80s or the 60s, I'm not quite sure, President Kim Il-sung stated that as long as imperialism exists, then communism will never exist. So the nation's aspects, the nation's aims were redirected from building towards communism to defending the nation from imperialism. So for the past, well, ever since the creation of the state, they've been defending themselves from the imperialist forces of NATO, the UK, America, Japan, etc., etc. However, this does not disregard the fact that it has and always will be aimed at reaching communism itself. Also, not to seem a bit dickish, I would say, we're not really afraid of you. Did they say afraid? We're not really scared of you or threatened by your channel. It's just that we as, well, we as Marxist-Leninists, I'm saying you're a Marxist-Leninist, Derek.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We as Marxist-Leninists hold as one of our chief principles the ideal that we must attack we must refute every deviation from Marxism, every opportunist and revisionist ideal. Stalin talks about this in Foundations of Leninism. Lenin talks about this extremely in his criticisms of the Trotsky. We as Marxist-Leninists, it is our direct job to criticise and attack any counter-revolutionary, any revisionist, any regressive ideology that comes up against us. So it's not a personal vendetta against you, it's just our ideals and our principles.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't view you Dan Juche as a threat to my channel at all or anything. And who knows? Maybe we're gaining subscribers. Maybe we're not. I really don't care about subscribers. I care about Marxist-Leninist theory. Yeah, I care about the message.
We don't really care about subscribers. I've taken my videos down on my channel for personal reasons, but even then it was never about the subscribers or gaining notoriety. It was mainly just about getting the message of Marxism-Leninism out there. I do it in many other ways, apart from YouTube. I do it at party meetings. I go out in the streets, I hand out leaflets, I try and sell books. I've sold books talking about the rise of Lenin and Marx and dictatorship of the proletariat. I've said sell beginner's guide to Marxism books. I've done it all to try and spread the message. So it's not just about the channel or subscribers.
Yeah. And in my view, you saying that communism has nothing to do with the DPRK is kind of like me saying Marxism has nothing to do with Lenin's revolution. Kind of like that. Like, I honestly think that our channels.
It's like saying fascism had nothing to do with Hitler's Germany.
Yeah.
Do you have any other points, Eric?
No, that's pretty much it.
was just going to say on his authoritarian, but where he keeps talking about the authoritarian socialist, it doesn't really explain what this is. It's really just, it's as if he took a chapter out of Doctrine. It's genuinely as if he took a chapter out of Doctrine of Fascism by Mussolini. The people have no control of the state. The state basically just dictates laws. If you deviate from those laws, then, as you say, you're executed, you're done for. First off, that's fascism. That's nothing to do with socialism. Socialism is about building common ownership of the means of production. How can there be common ownership if there is a dictatorial power of the state? How can there be people's control if there is a dictatorial power of the state? Socialism is also, as Lenin says, socialism is characterised by the dictatorship of the proletariat, a class dictatorship where the people, the working class, have complete control of the state. Like in capitalist society is characterised by the dictatorship of the bourgeoisie. So if there is no people's power at all, how can you call it socialism? It's just authoritarianism, fascism, basically. There's another point.
But wait. He says that fascism is the same, or isn't the same as authoritarianism. They're two completely different things.
Fascism isn't the same as authoritarianism. What did it say? I thought it said.
I said
fascism was the same.
I said he says that fascism and authoritarianism are complete different things.
No, they're completely the same thing.
Yeah.
In the Doctrine of Fascism by Mussolini, the founder of modern fascism, he specifically directly attacked what he called the Western democracy, and he attacked socialism because the people are given power. He said this will cause their downfall, the fact that people have power. Rather, it should be, as you say, a big large state where the people have little power. That's fascism. Oh God, I remember what I was going to say. I was going to ask that again.
And he also went on to say that if people in an authoritarian government, if people if they would just do the right thing, then they wouldn't have to worry about the consequences. So basically, they're living in fear. They're living in fear of if they do the wrong thing. If they do the wrong thing, they go to whatever there is, like a jail, a prison, whatever. It's just that's living in fear to me.
Exactly. It's like the whole. I'm going to use an example here. Like, in Northern Ireland, there's a lot of segregation and trouble. That's like saying if you live in Northern Ireland, don't cause trouble with the British and everything will be alright.
Hey.
The British are occupying you. It's like if you go back to Nazi Germany and you say, don't help anyone that's going to be sent to death, don't deviate anyone and you'll be okay. You're not going to just stand and accept.
Let me stop you right there. For some reason, your microphone, it's like I can't hear you very well. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Right, I'll just start again with that then.
Yeah.
But that's like saying, like if you go back to Nazi Germany, would you go back to Nazi Germany and say to the people, listen, don't try and overthrow Hitler, don't try and stand up against the fascists, just accept it and you'll be okay? No, you wouldn't. You'd go back and like many of the people within Germany, you'd try and start an uprising. There was the White Feather movement by German students in Berlin, I believe, or Signet Berlin. There was lots of Jewish uprisings in Germany in the early years. There were lots of communist groups trying to hold off against the fascists making it power. I know Rosa Luxemburg still held that for a couple of years, well, a couple of months into Hitler's regime. It's just a stupid notion. Don't cause trouble and you'll be okay. It's extremely dogmatic and metaphysical.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. If you're getting battered to death, you wouldn't just go, oh, I won't do anything else, or they might make it worse. I'll just let them continue hitting me. And if I let them continue hitting me, then maybe they won't stab me. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But there was another point he said that I was going to pick up on, but I'll try and remember it. So to have a talk now if you want.
Yeah, living in an authoritarian state just it doesn't sound like fun to me at all. It doesn't sound like the kind of place I'd want to be. Uh, I believe in equality and freedom, and I believe in freedom of expression. In an authoritarian state, you don't have any expression of whether it be art or whatever. There's no expression in that area because people are too scared to paint the kind of picture they want to paint. They're too scared to tag the kind of graffiti they want to tag. You can't even do graffiti in an authoritarian country because you probably get sent to prison for that. And it's just like I don't know. I'm a very art-centered person, and I think that in an authoritarian government that would be suppressed, and that's kind of a scary thought. If you ask me, I mean, I'm all for order and everything, but I want to also feel safe. Not like, oh, if I mess up, if I get too drunk, am I going to end up in prison? Or if I get, you know what I mean? There's just too much going on with authoritarianism. That's just that's why it's creepy to me. Is because you might make a mistake, you might fuck up by accident, but then you're fucked. Then you're screwed. You know, you have no chance of a free trial or anything like that. It's that's what's scary to me.
Mm-hmm. One point I've just
Oh, you're muffled again, dude.
I'm sorry, is that better?
No, it's the same.
It's okay.
Okay.
Is that better?
A little bit.
No, is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Well, all I was really going to say is there's a lot to pick up on one point. I've talked to many fascists on YouTube that misdirect points, misinterpret what the DPRK is, misinterpret what the socialism is, the lot. I genuinely do not believe that Dan is a fascist. I just think he's missing. I just think, Dan, that you're a bit misinformed. You've kind of adopted this Western idea of what the DPRK is and what it stands for. I mean, it is authoritarian, not in the sense the West makes it, but in the sense that Engels points out, and if I may quote Engels, revolution itself is authoritarian because it is one class imposing its rule upon the other. DPRK is authoritarian because it imposes the proletarian class, imposes laws upon the bourgeoisie because they are building socialism. In the United States, it's an authoritarian because the bourgeoisie is imposing laws on the proletariat because they're trying to increase profits. This is why the DPRK is authoritarian, not because it believes that if you just scare everyone into following your orders, then you'll have no crime, which is just rubbish itself. I mean, I think in your video you said that crime would decrease if everyone was too scared to commit it, because obviously, like you said, the littlest crime they'd be shot. I mean, that's extremely metaphysical. Crime, it's a tactic that's been used and it's failed. Just take from about the epoch of slavery to the even capital punishment in the modern era. It doesn't work. People aren't scared of death. Because why will it, if you execute all criminals, you're getting rid of criminals and you're killing people, but you also kill innocent people along the way. But you won't get rid of crime because you're not directly attacking the material conditions that lead to crime. You're not attacking the poverty. You're not attacking the starvation. You're not attacking the low education rates. You're not attacking the low literacy rate. You're not attacking all these social problems that lead to a person committing a crime. You're just executing the criminal, which is not tackling the problem. So that, as I said, has been extremely metaphysical, and it comes from really just before the classical school of criminology, I believe, where God, what was his name? I forgot his name. Big fat bastard to get his head pickled in the London University College.
Oh, I'm not sure.
But it's a rubbish idea. It's been tried, it's been tested, it does not work. You cannot scare people into submission. If someone can't feed their family, they will commit crime to do it. So rather than just scaring people into it, you should tackle the social problems that lead to crime.
Yeah.
That's my little rant.
Yeah, and like I like what you said. You said that Dan Juche goes off of what the Western media says. Basically, it's that's kind of what it sounds like to me in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, how many Koreans do you know? Like Dan Juche, that's the one question I want to ask you. But regardless of that fact, yeah, I think
I genuinely do not believe Dan. He's peddling a fascist idea, but I don't think he is. I think he's genuine. He's not a fascist, but he's peddling a fascist idea. I just think he's misinformed. So
yeah.
I'm not meaning this in whatever way. I'm trying to be as polite as I can.
He's definitely yeah. I'm trying to be polite too. He's definitely
I would like
misinformed.
to, Dan, if you ever want to talk and discuss real socialism in the sense of what we're talking about, and not this idea of authoritarian socialism, which is contradictory itself, the way you explained it.
Yeah, it's contradictory.
All you need to do is just give me or Erica mail and we'll talk to you personally. We're not going to be dicks. We're just trying to be as polite as we can and get rid of this almost. And just say the Marxist-Leninists who have to follow the Marxist-Leninist rule of attacking and discrediting revisionist ideas or regressive ideas. So we're not being needy, it's just what we have to do. So give us a call or that, or a chat if you're willing to learn and willing to discuss it with us.
Yeah, definitely. And that's pretty much it for this video, I guess. Do you have anything else to add, Scott? Alright. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Alright, Dan Juche, I hope you watch. Have a good one, man.